friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my January eyeshadow palette ranking video. Let's just say there was a reason I was putting this off because I'm in trouble, you guys. I'm genuinely so screwed because this doesn't even make sense. If you guys aren't new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love eyeshadow palettes, and if you like to see if things are tan girl friendly, then this is the place for you. Highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you are notified every time I post, and without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay y'all, so like I alluded in the intro to this video, this was rough. This was rough because a lot of my indie brands, my favorite brands, really kicked off the year with some palettes that I think are going to be year-long favorites. Like, I think these are going to rank really high in my 2024 eyeshadow palette ranking video. So, like, it doesn't even make sense. There's really only two palettes I didn't think were that great this month, and everything else could have been number one. So take it with a grain of salt. I'm doing this because I have to. Okay, I'm not doing this because I have to. I'm forcing myself to do this because I love eyeshadow palette rankings. I film them every month. I have a playlist if you want to check it out, and I've been doing this for a couple of years now. So you got years worth of footage to watch. But the one I'm not going to rank is my Resurgence palette. I use this for the first look of the year, and I created a reel with it just getting ready to film a YouTube video. So I wanted to give my friend Heather some love with her Resurgence palette from Unearthly. I also used my Singe brushes in that video, so that was really fun. Two of my besties have two amazing projects, so I love that. But let's start off. We've got technically 13 palettes, 14 with Resurgence, but I'm not going to rank it because that would just add to my stress. All my hair would fall off and I would have to live in a cave. Okay, in 13th place, we have this cutie from Glamlite. I definitely passed on this in 2023. It was one of those collections that came out right when they were doing a whole bunch of cool tones. And I don't hate cool tones, but I just wasn't sure about this, and they had already done a Hershey collab, and I did want the neutral palette, and then I was like, do I just buy the one palette? It was a whole thing, and then randomly they ended up sending me this entire collection in PR, which I'm super grateful about. I did do like a chatty get ready with me with some of the products. The other half of the products I'm going to put in a future giveaway just because I didn't feel the need to keep the neutral palette. They also had like a highlighter palette with this and a lip. I just thought those were going to be too light for my skin tone. So I kept the stuff I wanted to keep, and the rest is going to be in a giveaway. This is a nice palette. They did such a good job with this collection, but I'm ranking this at number 13. Okay, in 12th place, I have the ColourPop Lost in Love palette. They sent me this. ColourPop always kills it with their Valentine's collection. I think this is so cute. I do wish this row had been a little bit brighter. I was kind of excited to pair pinks and oranges together and reds and oranges because I think the shades look so good together. But this kind of turned out to be more of a peachy tone on me. So because of that reason, I'm ranking this at number 12. Okay, in 11th place is the beautiful Blooming Basket palette from DD Signature. I think this is such an interesting color story. This is the first time I've seen them do this format of palette, so I'm very excited to see what's next with them. I really like their shimmers. They're very metallic, very creamy, and the mattes were nice too. I really had a good time blending with this purple shade, and these lighter tones are gorgeous as well. I just feel like this brand is showing a lot of promise in 2024, so I'm excited to see where they go next. Okay, in 11th place, this is such a cute palette. The only reason it's ranking lower is because, again, a lot of these other palettes just have like multi-chromes and they have more shades and things like that, but I really like these Wicked Widow palettes. This is their Lovesick palette, and it's so cute. It really packs a punch. Has some beautiful mattes, some gorgeous duochromes in here as well. So you can easily create a fun Valentine's and just like a fun pink purple look with this one. Okay, I feel like I've already messed up the order, but this is definitely palette number 9. Spoiler alert, was my number 1 palette for 2023, I went with something that wasn't just full of special shadows. I picked something that has a multi-chrome, that has some beautiful duochromes, that has a nice metallic. That's my favorite color to wear. So I did go kind of with my gut on this one because it was so tough, and I feel like 2024 is going to be really tough as well. But I just feel like this is a great everyday palette. You can do something a little grungy, you can do something vibrant and bright with this. So I really enjoyed it, and yeah, spoiler, it was my #1 palette for 2023, but I didn't want to rank this in the #1 spot for 2024 because I feel like the theme for January is definitely like love and Valentine's and purples. There were so many purple palettes, so yeah, it just didn't make sense to rank this higher. Okay, in 8th place, I have the beautiful Moth and the Moon palette from Devaroon Cosmetics. I just ordered their Gloomy Gardens palette, so hopefully I'll get that one soon, but I actually purchased this last year, and it just took me a while to get to it. This is M. Jones' brand, so it is a influencer-owned brand, which I think is so cool. I've seen a little bit of the behind the scenes of what it takes to be a brand owner and start a brand and work on collaborations, just because of some of the people that I know in this job or field or whatever you want to call it. And it's honestly so much work. So I just have such a respect for influencers, brand owners that take a chance and start something new. And so congratulations, first of all, to M. Jones on the brand. Congratulations on a second palette. This one is fantastic. I did do a look with this, and I really like the metallics in this palette, so I can't wait to try Gloomy Gardens. Okay, in 7th place, another favorite brand of mine, Fall Magic from Unearthly. Oh my goodness, this is a revamped version of a palette they had previously, and let me tell you, Fall Magic, it was like that girl for me. It like really like solidified my love for Unearthly, and that palette is gorgeous. It has like this teal shade that just like scratches that itch I have for greens, but this one's beautiful. It's just like a beautiful fall themed palette. I can't wait to pull this out in 2024 for the fall season and use it even more. I can't remember if they were just like pre-ordered or delayed, but I ended up getting Sorcerer Smoke, and then I got Fall Magic. So by the time I tried Fall Magic, it was 2024. So that's why I'm featuring this in this video. Somebody had asked me in my 2023 palette ranking where my Fall Magic was, and I was like, oh, I actually didn't try it until this year. So I feel like I'm a bit off because it's like spring now, but it's still a beautiful palette, and these metallics are stunning. In 6th place, we have the Nomad Stargazing palette. This is so pretty. It is that like deep jewel tones with the fun like neutrally shades. I just think it's so fun. I'm just so into these. And it's like, how do all these brands end up with these like similar purpley deep matte vibes like all at the same time? Like, it just makes my heart happy. I don't know if they all go to like a convention and plan their launches out, but sometimes it really feels that way. So either which way, they did such a good job. This is inspired by gazing at the night sky in New Zealand. I love the theme, and again, another brand I cannot wait to see what they do in 2024. It's off to a great start. Okay, another brand that I'm just like, listen, stop it. You already made my favorite palettes of 2024. So this is the Ultraviolet palette. This is their collaboration with Deandra Nicole. So this is by Bella Beaute Bar, another indie brand that I truly just fell in love with in 2023. Oh my god, their quality is so good. Deandra is clearly a fan of purple eyeshadows, so she, I'm guessing, made her dream eyeshadow palette. Beautiful duochromes, beautiful mattes. I think she killed it. Honestly, I wish I could rank these all at #1 because it would make my life a lot easier, but I'm trying to be cutthroat, and so for that reason, this is in the 5th spot. Okay, in the 4th place, I had to give it to the Dreamer palette from Unearthly, and the reason I did it is because these metallics just are so stunning. Like, I just want to dive into them. And I also really like the deeper shades in this palette from Unearthly. I feel like the Ultraviolet palette just didn't have like that one shade that was like extra deep. So listen, I know it's like I'm splitting hairs here, but I had to figure out a way to rank them, and that's what I did, okay? So I also really love this new format that Unearthly does. I love that everything's kind of set up like duos, quads. You can even do like a 6-pan if you split them down the middle. So she just really makes it easy, and I love it. Honestly, these could have been interchangeable, except they're different brands. I love them all, okay? I love them all. Okay, this brand just knocked my panties. They took my underwear. They took everything from me. No, I'm just kidding. They really stole the show, stole my heart in 2023. It's the Ensley Rain palette. This is the Lands of Enchantment palette. Again, this one could have been number one. I just had to rank them somehow, and I dropped this one a little bit because of the pastels. It's not like they're bad pastels. I just don't prefer them. So if this palette was just like this half, I would have been happy as a clam. But overall, I'm just like in awe of this gorgeous palette. They just really killed it. And did you see they're teasing a new palette? Ugh. I just really want to tell the owner of Ensley Rain, like, can I send you like a direct deposit? Like, what can I do? Just like send me the palettes. Don't even ask me. I just love them so much. So yeah, that is in the third spot. And then the second spot, I don't even like cool tones, but this Coal Moon palette is so stunning. I would love to see her do just like a neutral palette, because I feel like she would freaking kill it, because she could just take these like doomy, gloomy matte shades and add such beautiful shimmers and just make such a beautiful color story. So yeah, this one is stunning. I had so much fun playing with this. I also need to create more looks with this. I just haven't had a ton of time, of course, as always, because I was like sick, and January was a blur. I swear, January started in February for my family because we had the flu and it was just a disaster. But I did get some playtime in with this palette, and it's so good. Okay, last but certainly not least, in the first place is, I feel like this was an easy guess, but I hate when people say I'm obsessed, but I am obsessed with this Dead Roses palette. It is so stunning. I honestly, when I saw this, honestly, I was like, oh my god, that palette, it's just reds and pinks. Like, I don't get it. Like, what about it? But once I saw it in person, once I saw the metallics, I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. This palette is special. It has beautiful duochromes, some multi-chromes, and it's just like so well curated. It's ridiculous. I just feel like you can go like deep and dark and grungy. You can do light and fun. You can really play here for the Valentine's season. Of course, I'm posting this video after Valentine's, but holy shit, I just think this palette is glorious. And I don't think it's available. I think it might be on pre-order. But if you were even like the slightest bit interested in this, I would recommend getting on that pre-order, because I don't know. It's just that good to me. If you go see the first impressions video I did on this and look at the swatches of this palette, like go watch other people's videos, see their swatches. I was just truly blown away by this. So that is why I had to give it my number one spot. Okay, friends, I hope you enjoyed my January eyeshadow palette ranking video. It was really tough, and honestly, I can't stress enough that if I could rank them all as number one, I really would, except for the Glamlite and the ColourPop palettes. I think everything else I tried was excellent. Excellent, like A+ for the palettes, the color stories, the formulas are amazing. I don't even know, like, I feel like it's getting harder and harder to rank palettes because the formulas are so good, brands are improving, like it's just bananas. So I'm really gonna have to like split hairs on things that I just like appreciate about each of my palettes. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what your favorite palette of the month was in January. You guys know I love chatting to you in the comments. And I will see you in March for my February rankings. Bye, friends!